Hello, welcome to episode 127 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles that life throws our way. And we try to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural action horror comedy comic called Deathless. We're on issue 2. We're Steven, we're about to kickstart issue 2. Like, how are you feeling about it so far?
I'm excited. I want to get more pages done before we do,
Yes.
but I'm still excited that it's coming up because, I mean, it's like we've talked about it. It's like that mixture of excitement and nerves because, like, for us, and I'm sure a majority of our generation, like it's not just exclusive to us, but like even though we've successfully done it twice, it with like ease, like within a day or two, both times. I still feel like, man, are people not going to show up?
They're not going to show up this time. Well, yeah. I'm like, oh, third time's a charm. Like, we did it twice. Like we've done this. We did Play It Again, which, like, I'm so thankful that, like, our first Kickstarter was successful. It was a phenomenal turnout. People really showed up for us. I was like, slightly fewer people showed up for Deathless, but we still way overdid our goal. And I was like, okay, it feels good, but I'm still nervous that fewer people show up. I was like, I don't know. I want more people to show up every time. What do we do? What if next time only your uncle shows up? Like nobody cares, you know? Yeah. I was like, oh. So I'm with you, dude. Like, I don't know. That's what I want to talk about right after we get into like how we did this week is like, I want to stay confident. I want to try to be like confident and positive and go through that. But like I have all this like built up, like I have no self-esteem. I have like all this like insecurity built up like creatively and just like like personally. So it's just like I want to overcome that without going overboard and like getting into like the arrogance, like like I don't want to veer off too far and be like I'm so confident, like I could never fail, and then it's like worse.
Yeah, the gut punch of reality hurts that much more.
But anyway, but Steve and I are both recovering from sickness, which is why we both kind of sound extra nasally. And
I mean, we always have a twinge of nasal. It's just kind of our lives. That's what Florida allergies be like. But today is a little more than usual.
Oh man, it's crazy. So I'm feeling good about it. I'm also a little insecure about like people not showing up, but I do have this like really strong feeling about the book being good. Like I really like the thing we're making, you know? And I'm just like, I hope people are excited for it. It is issue 2. So I feel like everyone who read issue 1 is going to be like show up for us.
For sure.
You know, like
the add-on options on Kickstarter really do make like the sequential books like that much easier to jump on board with. Like that's you can get issues 1 and 2, and then like the shipping's usually a little cheaper because guess what? They both come together. So it's like, so that is a plus, and since Deathless isn't going to be an extended series, it's just like it's basically like a mini series. Right. It's I think every Kickstarter will be easily funded, and then I think we run each one, and then we run a Kickstarter for the graphic novel version of it, and then the graphic novel version will be awesome because
I can't wait. That's what I'm like most excited for in my life, Steven. I have to let you know, like I'm sitting here and I want to be an active listener. Like I want to like have a real conversation the way we normally would, but I have this fire building up inside of my heart right now, and I can't, like, you ever get like that where like
fire roasted tomato heart?
Yes, yeah, but like you ever get like that where like something's on your mind, you're just like, I want to be here for you, but there's something that like I can't let go of internally, and I need to just.
It's the opposite of Bob in whatchamacallit, Fight Club. Like you are not you are not comforting. You are waiting for your turn to speak, but it is important, so it needs to be done.
Yes.
So
and that's the thing.
I get it.
I think that's what I'm trying to voice. I want to make sure that I don't want to keep waiting for my turn to speak. I want to just get it out so we get it over with, so we can actually
spew that Steven, hot fire.
Oh, Steven. Okay. You're a dad, you're a parent, every once in a while, like, you go overboard and you cook dinner and you make this like really amazing feast and you're like, oh, I love this. And sometimes your kids love it. Sometimes they don't, no big deal. Sometimes you're not feeling so good. Sometimes your nose is clogged up and you had a long day. You even slept well because you can't breathe. And you're like, you know what? I don't feel like cooking. What can I do? I'm just going to, you know what? It's expensive, but I'm just going to order some food. And so I asked my son, I'm like, what would you like? If you could have anything, what would you like? And he was like, Pizza Hut. I was like, okay. I haven't had Pizza Hut in a while.
Atlas went back to the 90s and was like, I want the greatest trend pizza of the 90s, father.
He absolutely did. Like my son has his finger on the pulse of some other time. It's just like, so I was like, you know what? Pizza Hut sounds delightful. Like it sounds like I can't wait to have Pizza Hut. Steven, usually I cook, I plan my dinner to be at 6 o'clock, right? It doesn't have to be like directly. But like I try. I'm like 6 o'clock is good because we finish eating. There's a little bit of sun left. We could still go outside if we want. Regardless, there's time before bedtime where he and I can play together. We hang out, we play video games, play Roblox, whatever. We have that time. I was like, you know what? It's pizza on a Tuesday. We have so much time, but I'm gonna order it early. It's 4:30. I'm gonna order this pizza at 4:30 p.m. Right? It should get here no later than 5:30. Perfect. Like that's crazy. If it shows up at 5:30, that's crazy. It should show up at 5. But you know what? If it shows up at 5:30, it's close to 6. That's almost dinner time. Perfect. No big deal. Steven, 5:30 comes and goes.
Oh my God.
No pizza. Now this is Pizza Hut. Now, mind you, I go through the motions. I go through the emotional, the physical. I go and I retrace my steps, and I'm like, okay, I have it tracking on my phone that it says it's being delivered. It says 20 to 30 minutes. I've been waiting way beyond that. Okay. I go online. I'm like, let me track it here to make sure. Oh, there's the right address. There's all the right information. I did everything I could possibly do. I tried, so I contact Pizza Hut, and they say you're gonna have to call your store. And I was like, I don't wanna. Like, if I could avoid that, that's why I ordered online.
This is why we used your app.
This is exactly why I did this. So I was like, okay, it's okay. My pizza's already late, but you know what? It's not yet 6 o'clock. No big deal. It's fine. It's fine.
Everything is still on track.
Everything's still on track. We're gonna get dinner. So I call. They put me on hold, Steven. Nobody answers for a while, right? I'm sitting there. They don't just have music, dude. They don't just have, you know when you get like repetitive music, or you get like the best hits of the 80s, or you get like
they're whatever. Like, now listen to our cooks argue.
I wish I would pay. I would call Pizza Hut every day for that reality show if it would mean not experiencing what I went through today. Because what I got today was the worst, like 90s era like commercials.
They've never updated,
dude, where it was like, hey, you know what you need? Take some pizza in the face. And it's just like all this, like, it's just like the worst, like,
hey, watch out before Mark Summers slimes you. Double dare. Olmec is here. Well, Jesus, Pizza Hut.
So eventually someone picks up the phone and they're like, is this going to be for pickup or delivery? And I was like, wait. I placed an order for delivery 2 hours ago, and it hasn't arrived yet. I'm just trying to figure out where my pizza is. What can I do about this? So the person on the phone says, ask for my name. I give them the name, and they're like, oh, the delivery driver said that they delivered the pizza, but there wasn't a screened-in area in the door. I was like, well, here's the thing: is I made a note on my order. I made a note that said leave it in the screened-in area. Want to know why? Because there is a screened-in area where I live. So the information that you're giving me is that you delivered it to a place that does not look like my place.
Someone got some pizza.
Someone got a bunch of free pizza, which is fantastic for them. Good job. Their universe is aligned in such a way that I hope they loved it. Like, I hope with everything in me, they were just like, a gift from the gods. Like, I hope they were.
God, I just want like a bag of tacos to be delivered to my doorstep. Pizza.
I asked for tacos. Just slamming it like no.
There is no God.
There is no God.
That's the turning point.
You know I'm lactose intolerant. So I say to them, and Steven, I can't stress enough. I was so calm about this. Like, I was just like, okay, well, unfortunately, it seems like you guys went to the wrong, place. What can we do about this? I really just, can I please, I would love to just have our pizza. Is there, can you just like deliver one to us? And she goes, okay. And so she tells me they have to recreate the order, and it'll be another 40 minutes.
Nope. You have to. When I worked at Big League,
Yeah.
if that happened, if something stupid happened, someone's order got forgot, something, all other production was shut down to get that order in ahead, no matter what tickets were on, no matter what pizzas were flipped. You know what I'm saying?
It was, I mean, because Steven, like, I don't like. I will never get this upset if I do anything wrong. You know what I mean? Like if I was at fault at all in this situation, aside from the fact that I ordered Pizza Hut, you know. But dude, like, I put in the right address. I put in all the information. It was literally 2 hours before I needed food, you know, and like, so then they say, dude. So then they're like, you can either get a pizza, you can get your food in 40 more minutes, which brings it to like almost 7 o'clock, or we can give you a store credit. I was like, no, I'd like a refund, please. Like at this point, it's like I can just go make dinner. Can I just have a refund? And the person's like, no, I don't have the authority to do that. A manager has to do that. I was like, okay, so what you're telling me is you're a bunch of children in a room who shouldn't have this responsibility, and I feel bad for you being in this position. That being said, like, just tell me, just say like, hey, you're gonna have to go through corporate, dude. Sorry, like that's no big deal. Like whatever, it sucks, but like, so I was like, okay, just give me my pizza. I'll find a way to get my money back. No big deal. And like, so I went on Twitter and I talked to the two Pizza Hut people via Twitter, and they like talked to me in DMs, and they were like, yes, we'll give you your money back. I'm so sorry about this. Blah 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 blah. Dude, pizza didn't show up. It was a solid from ordering it. It was from ordering it.
Initially,
it was 3 hours.
Oh my god,
3 hours.
I just want to, and we are not sponsored by them even a little bit, but I just want you all to know how well oiled of a machine Domino's actually is in comparison to all the other pizza places in the world.
So much better. I mean,
it's crazy, dude. Normally, like I have my Domino's at my door in 25 minutes. Yes, every time without fail.
No, dude. I mean, not a sponsor yet. Domino's, ladies. That doesn't work for anyone. Don't ever do that again. But like honestly, same. But what I really like about the Domino's thing is they give you an up-to-date tracker that tells you exactly what's happening and exactly where they are.
Like Mark's in your neighborhood. He's actually killing your neighbor. He's a serial killer. But guess what? You're next, buddy. Not the killing. Not the killing.
You get the pizza. Your neighbor was gonna get a pizza. Now you get 2 pizzas for the.
Mark stopped off at a mailbox 3 doors down from you. He's kind of coasting at 5 miles an hour. What? Damn Domino's. But seriously, like.
Because I got Mark's toilet. He's going to the bathroom right now.
Mark had to take a quick break at 7-Eleven. Do you need anything? But no, like, because I make that mistake where I'm like, you know what I miss? Having horrible stomach cramps. I want to order some Pizza Hut. Like I haven't had, and I don't know what it is, but I'm usually a Coca-Cola fan, but the Pepsi from Pizza Hut, even though it's 2 liters, I don't know why. It's just like special. But anyways, I've made that mistake, and it doesn't matter what Pizza Hut you order from. It doesn't matter where they act like there's some sort of family-owned place that takes them hours to make pizza. And it's like, bruh, this is why Domino's is on top now. Like you fell, King. You fell so far. Like what happened?
Oh man, I guess that's why it's a Pizza Hut and not a Pizza Castle.
Yeah, it was.
You know, like they're gonna stay there. But no, it's just like it sucked. It sucked. I was so mad. I was just like, I'll tell you, like what really started like grinding my gears about it is I was like, I wanted this episode to be so light and fun. I wrote down like fun thing. I was like, I'm gonna talk about fun stuff. I can't wait. And then Steven, you know what pizza did? You know what Pizza Hut did to me? Do you know what pizza did to me, Steven? They delivered a pizza with the wrong topping. The topping was rage, Steven. Rage is a pizza with the rage.
I didn't know I asked for a sprinkle of rage on this pizza. Oh wait, the cap fell off the jar. You dumped the whole seasoning on it. So now I'm just imagining it's slowly building like this. I'm imagining this. Just imagine like Lair of Doom somewhere like middle America, like in like a waterfall or something like that, and it pans in and it's like, did you annoy the skinny one? Yes, I did. Pizza Hut, good job. CenturyLink, any updates on how you messed with the wild card? And this is all these corporations lining up.
Terrible corporation, the Legion of Doom. Oh my god, corporations! I love it. So I did get to eat, not much because it was like, and that was the biggest problem was really it was like as it gets later, my timeline is shrinking. Where I'm like, now I have to eat really fast. Now I get 0 time with my son. Now I feel like I'm I'm just ushering him to bed immediately after dinner because I have to do this. And if I don't do that, I can't do this. And I can't. And it's just like this, just the the opportunity cost that's like destroyed because of one stupid domino, well, one stupid Pizza Hut that falls the wrong way. What are they called? Why are they called why are they called dominoes if Pizza Hut's the one that's always falling over and ruining everything?
Yeah, Domino's. You should be called like sturdy pillars. Like is what you should
Right?
be called. You should be called like valiant heroes. Is what you need to be called.
So
Not a sponsor.
not sponsored. But like one stupid Pizza Hut, just like knocked over all of the other little Pizza Huts, just completely caused this like chaotic rumble. Life finds a way, Steven. But anyway, so dude, I wanted to talk about a bunch of fun stuff, but we should at least talk a little bit about what we have coming up, which is our Kickstarter for issue 2. So, is there anything that you think we should definitely do that we haven't done in previous campaigns? Now, like, what should we
as like tier lists? You mean?
Well, like tier lists or just like things that we haven't implemented. Like, honestly, we've only been doing like a pre-launch like a couple of days before. Should I get it set up this week and then do a pre-launch?
Why not? Because like, and you don't even have to show your flatted pages. Just show cover page, and then now we have 3 pages beyond the cover, so you have that. Yeah. I'm wondering if we should make like a little trailer with like panel zooms and stuff.
That is one thing that I think we can tighten up is our Kickstarter video, because like we've been doing it like having fun with it, but we haven't done the thing where we just try to be really professional about it. Like where it's like, let's actually do, like you said, like panel zooms, like do like with music and stuff. And some people, I think that my problem with it is some people really like that stuff and some people could not care less, like don't watch it, and it's just like, and I think as long as it doesn't push anyone away, it's good, like, because I do think that I think this book will show the appeal to a larger audience that Deathless can pull, because like it's the first book, it's like we were really selling barreled and we're selling like like the magic and like silliness of it, but like it's hard to really get like, it's hard to give people that idea with what we had going for us in the first campaign. We didn't have as many pages done. We didn't have a cover, Steven. The cover of this book is epic. It looks so cool.
It looks awesome.
So I'm really hoping that sells it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think like I feel like for the people who have like participated in our previous campaigns, we need to assure them that like regardless, like come hell or high water, this book is going to them as early as possible, because like our last one, I hate how long it took us, and I know we are justified. Like I don't feel any guilt, but like, or like I don't feel bad about it, because I know there's nothing we could have done, like given the circumstances with like the hurricane and losing our friend and going through all this stuff and like breakups and like just all this stuff.
Dogs dying,
like just we had all of this just dramatic situation, like all these things.
We're basically we're Randy Marsh. I hear no bell. So just like completely just like destroyed, but like we're still getting up, still doing it, still pushing
it, dude. So it's like we did it. So we were able to find a way through that. We sent out all of issue 1. People seem to like it. But I want to instill confidence in people that we're actively going to get this one done faster. So I'm going to start talking about like what our plan is as far as like production and like when we're going to finish this freaking book. Like, like when is the soonest we really truly honestly think we can finish this book?
So it's February.
Yeah.
Not even Valentine's Day yet though. Alice's birthday is soon though, right?
Yeah. It's next week. Yeah.
Yep. I think realistically we can probably aim for like April or May if I start like getting two pages a week.
Yeah. Because well,
which is possible. That's the thing. It's so possible. But yeah. I think I need to pull back a little bit on some hyper detailing, I think is what I need to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if that's what you feel like doing that week, it makes sense,
Yeah.
And like, and these pages really do like look gorgeous, and the book is going to shine because of them. It is going to make coloring like interesting for something.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's just like
well, see now, but now you can do those gradient things over those, and the details will shine through the gradients. It's fine. Because I do the grayscaling too anyway. So I mean, like most of the shading kind of happens.
Shading is happening, yeah. Dude. So, but what I was gonna say is like, my flats are staying with you though, so it's pretty cool because like
it's much different than it was the first issue, right? Like, because I mean, definitely. Even towards the end of the first issue, I even ended up having to flat some because you were ballooning and stuff, but it's not going to be like that this time.
Yeah, so this time it's like we're staying together, which is really cool. And then like this week or next week, I'm gonna be able to catch up. Obviously, I was sick this week. I still, even with being sick, got so much flat coloring done, which
Oh,
like
that's awesome.
it feels really good. Like I
And page 2 is friggin' crazy. So like because there's a lot of rocks flying everywhere. I mean, there's a lot of like alternating panels, and I really want to start getting them out in 3 months. I know it's just Tina keeps saying, she goes, I want you to quit your job so you and I can go to the gym together. And I'm like, man, we're getting close. I mean, her income is definitely getting close to where my income's slowly becoming irrelevant, you know?
Oh, as long as you guys can work through it and talk about it and it's what you both want and you both like actually as long as you communicate, that's the perfect situation. No one should want their significant other to work a job they don't love. Like there's no what is that? Like if if she can do that for you, or if you could, like why not? Especially since you could easily, put that time into doing things that invest in yourself and your family, so it's like in a meaningful way, and yourself, but like spiritually and like emotionally, and it's just like it's so much more fulfilling to do these things, and like dude, honestly, I've been going through that. Like I've been struggling with the fact that like I don't make much money at my job, and it's like I work Monday through Friday, and there's this chunk of time that I'm always there Monday through Friday, and I'm still not making a lot of money. Where I'm like I'm always there, and I always have to wake up, and I always have to do this, and I'm not making any money doing this. Like what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And it's like if I had that time to put toward writing and coloring and drawing and making comics and making movies and making, these things that we love to make, I like, there's no way I wouldn't be successful, but it's just like but you need that like safety net of the finances to be coming in, so if you had that opportunity with Tina, that would be incredible. Like it is a huge change and like feels risky and scary. So it's like,
I feel like it's what she's suggesting is more of a 3 or 4 year plan where like months, because like, for example, I don't drive a lot. My Jeep has very limited miles. And once it's paid off, that Jeep is going to run for another 10 years after it's paid off. And I won't need any, there's no monthly payment going to a vehicle. There's no monthly payment going to this. So I think once we like clean up those bills, then it's more feasible. I've even thought about suggesting to my boss, maybe we do 4 10-hour days as opposed to 5 8-hour days.
Yeah.
Just to have that like extra day in the week off.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense because of how much we travel. Like we travel to Venice. So it takes us an hour and 15 minutes to get to Venice. Then we have to leave by a certain time to get back on time. So it's like, if we could leave and work in Venice for a longer stretch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then I don't know. I think what I need to do is just take my skills too and just side work too. I mean, like I can
absolutely, dude. Like I was thinking about like I go through this thing, right? Where like something happens in my job and I start getting upset and I'm just like, why am I doing this? I hate my job. I don't like this type of work. It's not for me. I was like, I have skills. I can do other things. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know how to like letter comic books. I know how to flat, comic books. Why am I not like, charging for those,
just doing that for other people?
Why am I not just doing that for
well, like
people?
Even me right now, I think I have like 3 commissions that I just have to keep being like, I can't get to them just yet. I'm trying to get, because whenever I get commissions during like a work, like Deathless, my goal is always to fully finalize a page, and then maybe if I have a little time after that page, I'll do something.
I'm the same way. I have a couple of people who reached out to me for commission stuff,
and I want to get to them. Like Nick, I'm gonna get to you, buddy. I promise.
It's so frustrating because it's like we only have this limited amount of time, and we're trying really hard to work on this our main goal, our primary goal, and then it's like other things come along and they're like, side quests, like the short.
And in every RPG, dude, I always like get completely stuck and lost in side quests.
Yes.
Like I never, like, the moment I could veer from the main plot, I'm like, I'm doing this. I don't want
this. Yeah, and it's funny because it's like, oh man, I don't know. I love what we're doing and like making the comics, but like I hate that we can't put more time toward it, and it ends up becoming a side quest in our other thing, And it's just like there's so much there's just so much to do that there is no primary quest because we just don't have the we don't have the finances and like the time.
Unfortunately, the primary quest really is work because and then sleep is probably the second one, and then family and.
Yeah, it's been nuts. But I do think it's really cool. Like, I mean, here we are. We're on episode 127 of this thing that started just so we can see if we can make a comic book. We already made a comic book.
We made
now we're
another
working.
one too.
Yeah, we made two. Now we're working on our first like big goal, like where it's like a medium size, like our first mini story, and it's like I guess I kind of fear with the podcast that people they're like, oh, they already did that thing. They made the comic book. They were successful. We don't need to care about them anymore. So I'm like,
no, Steve, keep loving us. Love us forever.
oh, please. But it's like, so there's a part of me that's like, okay, maybe we need to like show them our other quests. And like, that's where like, so I was like, oh, well, if we start talking about the movie more, and like the fact that we want to make a movie and do this and like but I was like, I also don't want to burden you with my side quest of making a movie, and like have that like bogged down the comics. So I try not to do that too much, so it's just like this weird juggle of all life things all the time. It's just like,
well, like me too with music.
yeah.
Like I think I am going to be jamming with Craig tomorrow, but like Craig asks me all the time and I tried to make time, but like it's so hard to like, especially like you're the same way, like the multiple talents and like art makes it so difficult to spread like your expression. You know what I'm saying? Because like there are definitely times where I want to express myself musically and there are times I want to express myself with a pencil, but like it really is, dude. It's so hard. Like the 30s are like so busy. They're such a busy decade. It's nuts.
Well,
like
we're so busy and we have so much stuff that we want to do, and it's so hard. It's hard to find like which path to follow at any particular time. Like something like it's like, which hat do I wear in this place at this time? Which one's appropriate? That's where like Play It Again was good because we were working on music and art and all this stuff together. But it was also sad. It was like, crap, I don't want to do that, anymore.
Yeah.
But like this is just like like I find myself at work, like I said, like pacing, thinking like, why am I not writing more music? Why am I not designing more t-shirts to make money on the side? And like, unfortunately, a huge part of what happens is I start chasing the capitalism of it all. I start chasing the like what I think will eventually lead to passive income instead of what I really want to work on, because all I feel is the weight of the need for the money. I'm like, I hate this. I hate needing this job and needing this money. And if I could just get out from under its thumb, I could make whatever I wanted and it would be fantastic. And I think I think that's when you make your best stuff and like the world is a better place. It's like, that's how in my head. That's not, I think like almost no one ever gets to that place. And like, so it's like, that's not
just
where
forever chasing it. Like,
yeah, well, that's not where most art comes from. Most art comes from, we're expressing things we're living now, the struggles that we're that we already have. If we're past that, we no longer have the vernacular, but with which to describe those struggles. Like what, once we're comfortable and our toes are in the sand or whatever on the beach, it's like it feels false somehow, or like our word, we can't find those words for that struggle. And that's why, I mean, some of the most beautiful music comes from the darkest places when you're actually in that pit, and it sucks to like feel like, oh well, I mean, the struggle is necessary, but at the very least, like, there is a silver lining in this weird like noise of the 30s and all of the, like our 30s are very loud and chaotic and crazy, but like when you think about it, we are making cool songs together. We like, we're
we still need to do that too. We still need to make
the music video. So we're making the cool songs together. We're making cool comics together. We're talking like we have plans in motion to make a movie together and do, to do all this stuff. So like things are happening. It's just not as easy to and like as precise as or like concise as like we'd like each thing to be. It's like it should be like we feel like it should be like compartmentalized into these cool quests where it's like, oh, as long as we follow this one, we're gonna finish it. But it's more like a hydra of opportunity, and it's just like we're trying to not cut any of their heads off because we can't. We have no more time for any more hydra heads.
We have way too many as it stands,
dude. It's just insane. It's too much. And mostly I just want to say that Pizza Hut ruined my night.
Oh man, our final boss is going to be the fusion of Pizza Hut and CenturyLink. Yes! We are Pizza Link. Bow down to our awesome power.
But
Century Hut works too, though.
They both work. I mean, it's going to be both, right? It's going to be Pizza Link and Century Hut. I
think it depends on whether they do the dance or put on the Batara earrings.
Nice.
It's a little DBZ reference for you guys out there.
Oh, all right, dude. But it's been a chaotic week. We're both, coming out of sicknesses, dealing with, struggles and finding like how to juggle our time. It's not easy, dude. But we're getting through it. I'm still like very happy with like the progress that we've made. I really like the pages that we've worked on. The page you showed me this week looks freaking awesome. Like I like people are gonna love the heck out of this book. Like I can't wait. And like I feel like these pages are really gonna sell the book to people who like might have not been certain about it. You know, where it's like, oh, you see a bunch of like you see a bunch of kind of like gothy emo like friends like misfits, and you're like, I don't know, maybe. And then you see like what you're drawing now, and it's like, okay, this is gonna be awesome.
Ogre Brian and
Yeah, like all the D&D stuff. It's got
what if we? I'm just throwing this out here, and maybe people can comment down below and let us know what you think. What if we did like an Uncanny X-Force situation where like it was like that trailer? What if we did like panel zooms and stuff? And what if you and I like just try our hand at voice acting and actually voice act the first 3 pages? And because the first 3 pages kind of establish the entire, as they should, but it's definitely a solid introduction. Like, hey, here's their lives. This is what caused the rift. Now he's here to face them. Like, that'd be pretty cool. Have like Deathless's voice, and I don't know. Maybe, I'm just saying it's an idea. Awesome. People, what do you think? Maybe a trailer with like us voice acting over it. You know,
could we do an animatic comic book at some point where we're doing? You know,
I would love to learn how to do that, and like we
can do it. I mean,
absolutely. And then even if it's something like I could definitely talk to Josh like, to help me with, because he like knows how to do all that stuff now. I mean, and he's actually going to school. He's leaving soon. He's going to school in Orlando for it.
That's amazing.
CG and stuff like that. So
freaking John. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's doing really good, man.
All right, dude. So been a chaotic week, but what are you gonna do this week?
So I have page 4 is rough. So I'm just gonna start plugging along on that. Now that one is actually one of those pages where I was able to kind of utilize some gradient background effects because like the night kind of overtakes that one panel, and then I'm obviously gonna do a huge splash of the punch. So I think I can get that page completely done, and then hopefully I want to get 2. I will continue to set the record of 2 pages because that's my goal anyway, is to get 2 done a week. So I'm gonna try to push for 2 pages again. So 4 and 5.
Awesome. I'm going to flat color everything you said. Like I'm gonna finish that, or you should send me that one that you.
I will. I'll send the PNG.
Send me that, and I'll try to finish up to that one. That's my plan. Like I want to do that one. I will say though, like this week I have Atlas all week. You know, so I won't get as much done. The next week when I don't have him, I'm definitely
you'll be fine. So if I can actually get 2 pages done, that'd be awesome because then you'll have 3 pages to color.
Yeah, dude. And then like that's when I'm getting ready to start lettering this thing. You know, like once I like am true caught up like 100%, then I'm lettering. You know, I'm so excited for it though.
Dude, that night, just a quick little side thing. That night that's in it's so funny how small that panel is because I literally drew that final panel on that page on its own thing, you know. But then like to scale with the page, like I copied everything else from the previous page and posted it on a new file, and then just so everything was cleaner to see. But that's the first time whenever I usually draw characters in perspectives, I just eyeball it. That night is the first time I actually used like the 1-point perspective to kind of create like where things would be. And like if you look, man, like the sword and like the flowy hairy knight thing, Spartan thing, is in perspective, and it actually looks like I'm like, maybe there's something to this. Like actually like kind of pulling the perspective lines to these characters too. Like because I always just wing it, you know. Yeah. And it usually works out, you know.
Oh, dude. I mean that does look good. Like that page looks really good though. So it's
I mean, look, I'm talking about specifically that bottom panel, the little where he sees the lair going further. Just look at that night a little closer. You'll see like the swords in perspective. Everything's in perspective with the units and everything. It's
nice.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty. I mean, I'm sure every other artist is like, well, duh, that's how you have to do it. But I always just drop characters in on my own. Like I just until it looks right. You know, that's what I do. I just draw until it looks right. But
dude, I mean, it's hard. I mean, like that's a skill that you're learning.
Because I feel like because if I stick too much to a true 1-point or 2-point perspective, it feels so. It doesn't feel alive to me.
Like something, it kind of starts feeling like objects in a space awkwardly.
Yes,
you know, like
like I like to have a little flair to it, a little off kilter to it. So
that's just. I mean, because there is like true perspective, but then there's like artistic, like stylistic perspective where it's like it's a little wrong, but that's what makes a style work, you know. And that's, you know, I I don't really have any concern for the people who would argue against it. You know,
Yeah.
like
any comic book artist I've seen like come at like indie artists for doing stuff like that has always been just destroyed on Twitter. So
yeah, I truly with all art and expression and stuff, like I think like whatever you think works. You know, like you do the thing and you keep working at it until you enjoy it, and that's what makes it good. Like, I mean, most of my favorite things, like Scud, that's like the weirdest art style. It's not like, oh yeah, that's definitely what a robot looks like. Like none of it is realistic.
yeah,
It's stylistic and slightly off and weird, but
and that's why like I do try to avoid the because I do lose some of my style when I really stick to a 1 point perspective. That's why I try to just throw my own flares in too. Like
yeah, but
black dropping stuff is like always fun. Like if you like, there's a couple spots where I was like, I can't really make this look right in perspective, but if I just drop a bunch of black ink here, it's just going to look cool and shadowy. And like those lines that would make it look weird are gone now. So it's all good. Yeah. We can just hide that flaw.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with like black clothing, right?
It hide them fat.
It's slimming. It's nice. All right, so in this week, I'm just gonna catch up completely. But thank you all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, thank you. But please go over to youtube.com/We Have Issues podcast and subscribe to our channel. We really, appreciate it. It means a lot to us. But thank you for sticking around. We hope you'll hang out with us again, and we hope that you'll join us for our Kickstarter for freaking Deathless issue 2. Steven, we're so close.
We are so close. I'm so excited. I'm excited to do another con too.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, it's coming up.
We should make a goal this year to do a con out of state.
This year? Okay.
Or maybe if you want, we could do it next year just to be safer.
No, I mean, it is February. We can.
But we have like contacts now in Georgia, California. We have contacts in New Jersey. So I mean, we know people. So
you and I need to go to New Jersey and go to Bob's Secret Stash.
And Jimmy said that he's only like 30 minutes from it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We need to plan that. I mean, you know what, Steven? Like, first of all, yes, we're gonna do that. Yes, and I will also win this screenwriting contest and get $40,000 and get to meet Kevin Smith, and he will be on our podcast. So we'll talk to him about that as well. It's crazy, by the way. I didn't talk about that contest, but like, dude, I've stayed top 10 the whole time.
I feel like if I'm Kevin Smith and I'm sponsoring a contest, I'm gonna read the top 10, right? Like, wouldn't you?
I hope. I've tried tweeting at him and asking him if how many he's gonna read, because I was like, if he says top 5, I'm gonna push really hard and see if I can get these people to go and like give me reviews to get me to the top. I just want him to read the script. Even if I don't win, I don't win. I don't expect to win. I didn't expect to win when I submitted it, but just it would be cool if I was like, oh look, Kevin Smith actually read my script. Like, we're getting close. We're getting close. We're gonna get him.
We've turned you into the Mirror Max, Kevin.
So, but thank you all. I mean, if you do want to read the script and review it, I'll put the link below just in case anyone who made it this far into the episode has not. I feel like everyone who would watch this much of our show has probably already done this. And
there's like 10 people that are like, okay, time to skip to the end and see that funny clip they always put. That's like, I don't watch these episodes, but I love that last 2 minutes.
Oh man, like right at I try. I don't know if you're watching this right now and you don't know, after the credits or after the song, I put like a little thing that happens at some point in the episode. I don't know what it is this time, Steven. We need something. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
This has been episode 127 of We Have Issues. See you next time.
Later.
Spiders. I don't know.
Oh my god, there's spiders everywhere.
Oh, I have powers. What if you accidentally realized you had superpowers like that?
Like on camera, like CIA just immediately swarms my house.
The girl starts screaming, Dad, it's a 9-foot
dude,
spider.
This could be it. I thought of a random idea where a guy has a briefcase, right? He's an ex-priest and he has his cryogenic briefcase that has molds in it. Okay. You following? And it produces water and freezes. And the dude makes holy water steaks. And he like opens his briefcase and just steaks vampires with like frozen holy water.
Awesome. I love that.
It started off as a serial killer that has like a case full of like icicles to kill people with. Yeah. So there's no murder weapon, you know, but
yeah, I love it. I did I realized, I realized that I didn't use holy water in my script at all, and I was like, it makes sense that I wouldn't, but I have so many ideas to make it a feature-length movie if I wanted to, and I was like, it would
Dude,
be so.
you need to squeeze in like a somebody blesses like a snow cone or something
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
I was
You know
gonna
what I'm
say,
saying?
but I was gonna like, here's like if I looked at you and I was like, Steven, you can do this. You're like, I'm not a priest. I'm not a priest. And I'm like, Steve, it can work. And I'm like, you bless my face, I will spit on the vampire. Like there are so many. Like,
Dude, I just imagine like a slow motion, like, all right, Steven, start blessing, and as you spit, it just zooms out the glob. And the glob turns golden like midstream and then it hits the vampire.
There's so many dumb, funny things you could do with people blessing things.